Hey guys, it's Craig. This week the HomePod Mini is coming out. There's finally an affordable HomePod. You may be in the market for a smart speaker or curious about what the HomePod can do. Here are 5 things that the HomePod can do that Alexa and Google Assistant can't. Let's take a look. This is part of a series to look at what Apple, Amazon, and Google bring to the smart speaker space that is unique. I use all the assistants and smart speakers, but right now the HomePod has been getting more attention and really is an interesting device as an Apple user. There are some great features that I don't think people realize are there. 1, because Apple's bad about giving the HomePod more attention. 2, is the price of the original HomePod. And 3, Siri isn't the greatest smart assistant. So not a lot to encourage people to give Apple a shot with the HomePod. There are some people that just don't like Apple, but no matter how you feel, here are 6 things that the HomePod could do that the other assistants can't. The title says 5, and I said 5 earlier because 6 things doesn't sound right or look right in a title. So bonus feature, that sounded wrong. I should never do that again. Number 1 is phone calls. Yes, I know some of you may be saying you can make phone calls with Amazon and Google Assistant devices, and that's true, but those phone calls are only outgoing phone calls. You can't answer incoming calls to your phone or use your Echo or Google Home as a speaker phone for your phone. Now with the HomePod, you can make outgoing calls. Hey Siri, call Cheryl.
Okay, Craig. Calling Cheryl Polson. iPhone.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
Hi.
So I'm calling you on the HomePod for a video to demonstrate.
Oh, hi.
Okay, that's it. And then if I want to hang up on this, I say, bye honey, love you. Hey Siri,
Bye.
hang up. Now if someone calls your phone, hey Siri, answer the phone. Hello?
Hey.
Hey. I
What are you
answered the
doing?
phone on my HomePod.
Oh, how exciting.
I know. You could also pass a phone call from your phone to the HomePod or from the HomePod back to your phone just by tapping it against the HomePod. Onto the HomePod. Now it's transferring the call. Hey honey, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, so I transfer the call over. If I want to move it back to the phone, I just touch it. Are you there? Okay, cool. Smart speakers sit there not doing much unless you're making a request or streaming something on it. This feature, I think, adds value with more practical daily use for a smart speaker. So maybe worth paying a little more. Number 2 is Handoff. This is one of my favorite features. I did a full video on using Handoff that you can find in the description. Earlier I used Handoff to move the phone call to the HomePod and from the HomePod back to the phone. You can transfer calls or other audio from your phone to your HomePod and back just like I did with that call. Now this works with pretty much any audio from any app. You hear my name is Craig. I love tech and seeing what it can do for us. If that sounds like something you're into, stick around. There's those that hate it, and there's those like I used to be that just... Let's say you use Audible for books. No problem. Use Handoff. You like Spotify better. Use Handoff. You just want to listen to that YouTube video? No problem. Handoff has your back. Number 3 is messages. Being able to send text or iMessages is great. There's no third-party messaging app needed. Like using the messaging within the Alexa app, it's not practical for my family. My daughters aren't using the Alexa app on their devices, but Messages is there natively on their iPad. So I can send my wife or my daughters an iMessage. Or I could send my brother an SMS message since he's on Android. Hey Siri, send Cheryl a text.
Okay, Craig. What do you want to say?
Testing out the HomePod for sending text.
Okay, Craig. Your message to Cheryl says testing out the HomePod for sending text. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
For me, with the amount of messages I might send during the day, this just adds even more value to it because it's using the app I always use to send my messages from. And it's open to sending them to anyone. Now, number 4 is shortcuts. Shortcuts is an underestimated powerhouse that people fly right by. Shortcuts is Apple's way of writing routines and automations that you would find with Google Assistant and Alexa. But shortcuts don't just automate smart devices or give you a briefing of your day or some other information. It can automate your digital life. It works on the OS level of iOS, macOS, iPadOS, tvOS, and watchOS. You can make shortcuts do way more than interacting with just the HomePod. Shortcuts can open up apps. They can transfer audio sources, trigger devices, and automate regular activities you do with your phone. I could write a shortcut that opens the garage, turns on the TV, moves the music from my AirPods to the Apple TV, sends a message to my wife letting her know that I'm home while turning my phone into Do Not Disturb mode and sending that latest article that I was reading or podcast I was listening to off on my Twitter feed. I've barely scratched the surface at just complexity and layers and different things that you can touch on. There's a whole gallery of shortcuts that you can download and utilize, and the list keeps growing from people contributing. I barely know anything about shortcuts. It goes deep and gets interesting. Number 5 is HomeKit. I'm a big fan of the Apple Home app and HomeKit integration. The limited HomeKit devices can be frustrating, but if you're an Apple user and you want a smart home setup that's natively built into your operating system, I can swipe my control panel down and there's the home button that's going to show me all my favorite scenes and devices. So things I use regularly, I can access quickly. It's also showing me a couple scenes I use regularly, such as turning my office off or changing to my video look for making these videos. And then it's showing my office key light and my office strips. But the ability to go and see all my favorites quickly is impressive and great to be able to access. Things are going to get more interesting when the U1 chips get implemented, and those suggestions may get even better. If you don't know what the U1 chip is, this is from a 9to5 Mac article explaining the U1 chip. The U1 chip uses positioning tech known as ultra wideband or UWB radio that provides precise location and spatial awareness, so a U1 equipped device can detect its exact position relative to other devices in the same room. The Home app is great. I could see along the top active devices and things I should be aware of, favorite scenes, devices, and my cameras. Although you don't see all these things on the HomePod itself, the HomePod and HomeKit world and working together is impressive. Now, number 6 for Apple users is overall app integration. If you're an Apple user, you're going to get real integration with Apple services. One of Google's greatest strengths and Amazon's greatest weaknesses, in my opinion, is Google's mobile OS integration. It's the same as Apple's. Amazon has to play within Apple and Google's ecosystem. For Apple users, the HomePod uses your notes, calendars, reminders, emails, messaging, and so much more that you use natively on your phone. There's something to be said when the phone, the assistant, and smart speaker are made by the same company. You see similar features and functionality with Google and their Pixel phones and Nest smart speakers. They just work great together. Now, Alexa and Google Assistant are so much smarter than Siri. The HomePod is expensive compared to other smart assistants. It's a little better when it's $199, but it's still expensive. The HomePod lacks third-party app support after 2 years. That's ridiculous. But HomePod's bringing things to Apple users that other devices can't touch yet. For real Apple device and ecosystem integration, the HomePod is the best. I'm excited that the HomePod Mini is here for more people to try a HomePod out and see if some of these features offer value to them. At least here in the US, there's about 50% of people are using an iPhone. So the HomePod could be a great addition for them. Now, what's your favorite smart speaker and feature? Next, make sure to check out this video over here and you can learn 10 things you can do with your HomePod or your Apple Watch up here. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.